Hello. Make sure I'm actually live streaming. I'm frozen. Hope I'm not frozen on the screen. This is Kathy Cross Reese coming to you on day 49 of 365 reflections. There's reflections each and every day, and today did not disappoint. Each and every day, I get to start my day with communion. I get to remember the Lord. He says, as often as you do, do it in remembrance of me. And I get to do that in community in the hub. And that happens to be on Clubhouse. And then after that, I got to be a part of, let's see, today, yes, I got to moderate Trucking God's Way. I actually got in a room, started early, and I saw that no one else was in the room. And it turns out there was a double room going on. So there was a double booking going on. And then afterwards, you'll be happy to know I went back to sleep. Or maybe you won't be happy to know, but my husband's happy to know because I was literally exhausted. And I knew that yesterday when I went live. So I'm going to put in the chat my usual question. How are you doing? I do love Wendy Williams' words when she says, "How you doing?" So right now, I lift her up for the Lord and pray that she is doing well because we all can use prayer. So right now, I lift her up before the throne, asking for grace, mercy, peace, clarity of mind, because we all want clarity of mind. And God gives, He is a rewarder of those who diligently seek Him. And so after that, after I got all that rest, man, it felt so good. I think I was in my pajamas until maybe 12:30, long time. And that's unusual. But I started my regimen again of exercise and drinking enough water because that happened to be one of the areas that I started slacking. I went into the ER last night with my husband. He took me in because my blood pressure had soared. Wow, it went really high. And so I'm grateful that I have a husband, first of all, who loves me, who cares about me, and wants the best for me. So we went together. He took me, and I was able to get a CT scan. And I want to thank DBBR, which is Daily Bible Reading, also on Clubhouse. They pray for me. So I'm thankful for them because prayer changes things. Prayer works. So if you are in need of prayer or you have a prayer request, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. There is no prayer too small that God won't hear and He won't answer. So put it in the chat. That's what, oh, I didn't press the send button on how you doing. I have a habit of doing that. So here we go. So I put that in the chat. How you doing? And yeah, that was most of my day. And then the afternoon, I got to do a little bit of work. I delivered something to a client. And then my pastor, Pastor Dave, had me and my husband out with some others for a beautiful dinner at Jean Pierre restaurant. So that was the highlights of my day. It was a beautiful day. Grateful for, like I said, a loving husband, grateful for a loving pastor, thankful for community in the hub, in Trucking God's Way, all these different communities that I get to be a part of and sharing the word. On Facebook, I made it to 891 days consecutive lives. So I'm grateful for that. Tomorrow will be my program for those of you who are in my program. We kick off Wednesday afternoons, and if you're interested in it, it's Legacy Leader Compass, where we're going the whole year diving deep between identity, purpose, and power, right? And we are about to embark on the identity challenge. So if you're curious about that, go to my website, which is www.thelegacyqueen.com. And so you go on there and you'll see the Who Am I question mark me challenge. I think it's very important to know who you are. And I believe we are in a society where that gets lost. It gets lost in translation. It gets lost. So, what I would ask you to do if you are listening, besides putting a prayer in the chat, if you have one, or maybe a prayer for someone else, it doesn't have to be for you, right? Um, I want you to like, so give me a thumbs up that you like, and then I want you to subscribe, push the subscribe button, and then I want you to share. Share this with someone that you think needs to hear, someone that needs some encouragement, some inspiration, some prayer. It's always good to hear good news. And whether they're a believer or not, I want to spread good news because that is what I have been assigned to do, spread good news. I am his vessel to spread good news. And right now, he has me on assignment to share my voice, sharing wisdom every day, every day. So in the evening, I get to do reflections. Sometimes earlier in the day, I'll do my Facebook Reels, but lately it's been at night too. I want to see if I can maybe balance that and do the Reels, the Facebook Reels in the morning and do the reflections at night. That was the intention. But right now, I'm doing what I can to balance because my health is important. I'm learning that, learning to take care of myself. And you need to take care of yourself. Like when you're on the plane and they give you those instructions at the beginning, listen, because if you don't put the mask on yourself first, you're not going to be around to help all those others that need you, right? So put that mask on yourself first, all right? Thank you for listening. And oh, I need to give you a scripture, right? So Proverbs 18, I always have several scriptures highlighted. And let me reflect back on what I read in Proverbs 18. I just read it again. I read it this morning and read it again tonight, but let me pull it up. Proverbs 18. Of course, I don't have it highlighted there, so I'm going to look in my phone and find Proverbs 18 on my phone. So Proverbs 18, if you have a favorite scripture, go ahead and put it in the chat. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 verses highlighted. So pick a number, pick a number, and I might have that verse highlighted. So my favorite number is 3, and I happen to have that verse highlighted. So that verse reads, when wickedness comes, so does contempt, and with shame comes reproach. So wickedness comes contempt, right? That's not godly. With shame comes reproach. That's not godly, right? Wisdom says there, there is shame and there is in wickedness, there's contempt, right? And with shame comes reproach, right? When you're feeling shameful, you are kind of like standoffish. You really don't want to approach, so you want to stay your distance. But wisdom says there's no shame in him, right? When Adam and Eve sinned, they were shamed. They hid themselves. But God knew where they were. He knew what they were doing. He just wanted to see if they were going to be honest and fess up. Hey, I messed up. But no, they hid themselves and covered themselves with figs. And that continues on today. It continues on today, where if we are shamed, we want to cover it up, we want to hide, right? But God says, let it out, be honest. The enemy cannot mess with you if you are open. I always say that there is freedom in vulnerability. Vulnerability, trying to say the word right. So there's freedom in vulnerability. Let me switch to the screen so I can see. Well, there is freedom in vulnerability. So I want you to be empowered. I want you to be free. And I want you to stay connected, right? Stay connected to the vine. Stay connected. And I am going to sign out. If I can find out where my little buttons are, I will sign out tonight. It's been a pleasure serving you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye for now. That's what Les Brown